Minister's time has concluded. The member for Rankin has the call.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Treasurer. Why does the Treasurer pretend that weakness in the economy is entirely due to the fires and coronavirus, when before they hit, this Liberal government was already presiding over weak and slowing growth with a 1 in front of it, stagnant wages growth, high underemployment, declining business investment and falling productivity, well below average consumer and business confidence, and record net debt and record household debt?
The Treasurer has the call.
Well, thank you, Mr Speaker, and I'm pleased to inform the member for Rankin and the House that we have the first current account surplus in more than 40 years, Mr Speaker. We have the lowest welfare dependency in 30 years, Mr Speaker. We have the biggest tax cuts in more than 20 years, Mr Speaker, and we have the first balanced budget in 11 years, Mr Speaker. Now, the member for Rankin referred to the time before the coronavirus. Now, Mr Speaker, that includes the month of December. Now, that includes the job numbers for the month of December. Well, we created 29,000 new jobs, Mr Speaker, and unemployment fell to 5.1%, Mr Speaker. What was unemployment under Labor? 5.7%, Mr Speaker. Now, employment growth, Mr Speaker, today is at 2.1%. What was it under Labor? 0.7%, Mr Speaker. Today, employment growth is around 3 times what it was under Labor and around double the OECD average, Mr Speaker. Under Labor, the gender pay gap was 17.2% and rising. Today, it's now 14%, Mr Speaker, and we're seeing that women are about $1,000 a year better off, Mr Speaker, in that particular bracket. Now, under Labor, non-mining investment was in free fall, Mr Speaker. It fell 10% over their 6 years in government. Since we've come to government, growth in non-mining investment has been over 30%, Mr Speaker. Under Labor, in the last year, 62,000 small businesses shut their door, Mr Speaker. Under us, in the last reported year, 75,000 small businesses were created, Mr Speaker. Under Labor, living standards, as measured by real net national disposable income per capita, had fallen by 1.2%, and they are 3.3% higher through the year today, Mr Speaker. And under Labor, in their last 4 budget outcomes, the budget deteriorated by about $80 billion, whereas our last 4 budgets have seen an improvement of over $10 billion, Mr Speaker. So growth continues under the Australian economy. We've seen more jobs created, and under Labor you will always see higher taxes and fewer jobs.